Bray Wyatt versus John Cena. I mentioned earlier that I thought that there were two hiccups in the night that prevented this from being a 3 out of 3 kind of a pay-per-view, and this is one of them. I was hoping that this would be a lot better than what it was. Maybe part of me thought that this is about as good as it was going to be, but I really was hoping for it to be something more special. And I was really hoping that Bray Wyatt would win too. Um, I had convinced myself that John Cena could take the loss here, and that WWE would be willing to have him take the loss. But obviously, the story of the match was about John Cena just fucking winning, and that really kind of started the sour side of this pay-per-view for me. We started off with, great match and great moment after one after another, and the very last thing before this was the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, which was just a fun and entertaining match with a cool ending and everything. Big push for a superstar that kind of deserves it. And this could have been another one of those things to just keep building and building. And then it fell flat. And I was just flat out disappointed with it. Wego, what did you think of Bray Wyatt versus John Cena?
I thought the match was pretty lackluster from what it should have been. I don't think it did Bray Wyatt any justice. As far as what I predicted for it, it was going to be John Cena's regular boring ass selling and Bray Wyatt's lackluster offense. It was a little better than what I expected, but overall, it just did not do Bray Wyatt any justice.
Peyton?
It's a shame that this ended up being just a typical John Cena match. John Cena really is the Hulk Hogan of this generation. In a article that someone written on Keeping Kayfabe recently, I learned that Hulk Hogan has only lost cleanly to 5 people in his 30-year career. John Cena, I think he already has lost cleanly to that, at least that many people. It's a little bit different day. You're on TV a lot more often, but it's going to remain very closely to that. You almost feel like a fool for thinking that Bray Wyatt could have won this match. But I think the bottom line is these two should not have faced each other. Bray Wyatt could have had a better opponent, and John Cena could have had a better opponent. They both could have done better. They both deserved better, and I think they both would have performed better if they were in there with other people. So I think WWE really missed an opportunity, first off, to have that Shield and Wyatt's match. I mean, that was the perfect match for both of them, and I think where they both ended up lying was a disservice to both of them. And as far as what you did with John Cena, shit, just throw him in the main event. Why the hell not? Then you definitely had it as a fatal 4-way.
So who ended up beating Hogan? We had Ultimate Warrior.
What?
You said about the 5 people that beat Hogan clean. Ultimate Warrior did.
The Rock.
It was Ultimate Warrior. Rock, that was the one I couldn't think of. Who the crap was? Goldberg,
Brock
Angle,
Lesnar.
and Brock Lesnar.
Oh, why not Sting?
Sting fast counted.
Fucking Drew.
Drew, what did you think about Bray Wyatt versus John Cena?
I know you guys weren't the best fans of it, but I honestly really liked it for what it was. Going in, I knew Cena was going to win. It's kind of like what Peyton said. If you're kind of a fool if you thought that Bray was going to win, but I didn't think it was that bad. Of course, this wasn't a wrestling clinic that they put on. No one's going to remember this 10 years from now as like that one match that stood out on the show. But I think from a psychology and a storytelling standpoint, I thought it was really good the way that Wyatt was just trying to get Cena to pretty much honestly turn heel the entire match, and that's what this match pretty much was. Is can Cena fight the inner demons inside him, blah blah blah, etc. Sodomy. So, at the end of the day, I thought it's not going to be remembered, but I really enjoyed this match for what it was.
So tell us what you guys think they should do for the rest of this feud. Should they just move on? Has it already done too much damage on Bray Wyatt? Or can they salvage it, give Bray Wyatt a win at Extreme Rules? And what kind of a match would you like to see him in? All the other kind of stuff like that. Leave a comment below, and we're going to move on to the next part. Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar.